It looks like Bhaskar is in next to Pondicherry beach.
So, Surya Prakash, you may remember we used to organize in BS second year, third year, we used to have seminars. Do you remember that?
Yeah. That is where my first footing on public speaking took place. First, the fear that I had.
We all took that initiative to see how can we do it.
అవును దానివల్ల కొంచెం భయం పోయింది పబ్లిక్ స్పీకింగ్ లో లేకుంటే మనకు భయం ఉండేది కదా ఫస్ట్.
So Madhu, you live in New Jersey somewhere?
Yeah, I'm in New Jersey, sir, like Monroe, New Jersey, so south of New Jersey. Yeah. So actually, BMS is located. The company that I work is located next to Rutgers Cook College.
I see. Okay.
So, yeah.
So typically, how many people join this group discussion?
Usually about somewhere around 40 to 60, depends upon the day.
Okay, no problem. So I'll wait. I'm having a cup of coffee, so you all tell me what to do. Okay.
Okay. Cheers, sir, with the coffee.
Surya Prakash, you are in Hyderabad?
Right now, yes. దీపావళి వస్తుంది ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడంతా దీపావళి అంతా ఫుల్ జోష్ అన్నట్టు. Although for me this is not the right year. This is not right year.
Right.
For me, that's all.
I understand. Yeah. And Sudhakar, you are in Texas or Michigan? Where are you?
In Michigan. Texas నుంచి I came back several months ago, and then అక్కడి నుంచి కూడా పిల్లలు మూవ్ అయిపోయినారు సెంట్ లూయిస్.
You look at his background and you immediately know where he is.
Observant man. I know ఇవన్నీ మనం టెక్సాస్ తీసుకుపోలేం కదా, కరెక్టే.
తీసుకుపోయి ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ అక్కడ పెట్టలేవుగా.
Right. So Bhaskar, how is life?
Hanging in there, sir. Hanging in there. Life is okay. We can't complain.
How is your new home? We have to come and visit you.
I know, sir. Yes, you're almost 6 years now, Sudhakar. So
I know. But ఇక మనం మాట్లాడమే కానీ కలవలే కదా ఇక్కడ.
Oh no. One of the days, hopefully, now that you are all free. మేము
ఇప్పుడు అనంతది యానివర్సరీ వస్తుంది కదా, యానివర్సరీ అనంతది అయిపోయిందా? ఎప్పుడు అయిపోయింది అది? ఫిబ్రవరి,
జూలై కదా.
జూలై. ఓకే.
They had a small act in the house.
Okay.
So Madhavi, Madhu or Madhavi, what's the right way to call you?
For you can call both, sir.
No. What is your preferred?
That's fine. Like Madhavi is fine. Madhu is fine. Yeah.
ఆమెకు ఎవరు స్మైలింగ్ మధు అంటే అయిపోతుంది.
Thank you, sir.
I am going to mute.
Yeah. So Padmasri, we should be ready to go in a minute, right?
Yeah, I'm just looking for Umesh, sir.
Okay.
YouTube link I've already given.
Okay.
It's done.
One small request to everybody: if you are not speaking, can you please mute your mic so that we don't hear any background noise? I really appreciate that.
Madhi, Umesh sir, he just is reaching home, it seems. In a couple of minutes, in 2 minutes, he will just join.
Okay.
So you guys in US are taking the third shot now?
So we are eligible, sir. We are eligible. And the only one thing is in that age, you have to be eligible to take, because until the medical condition only, then you can definitely take.
అంటే
నాదైపోయింది ప్రకాష్, నాదైపోయింది.
థర్డ్ అయిపోయింది. థర్డ్ కూడా అదే చేసుకున్నాను.
థర్డ్ కూడా అయిపోయింది.
వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్.
అంటే యూనివర్సిటీ ఆఫ్ మిషిగన్ హస్ రియల్లీ స్ట్రీమ్లైన్డ్ వెరీ వెల్ యాక్చువల్ గా.
అంటే మిక్స్ చేసేవా లేకపోతే?
లేదు మనంతా ఫైజరే, మొదటి నుంచి కూడా ఫైజరే.
ఇదేదో కొత్త రిపోర్ట్స్ వస్తున్నాయి కదా, మిక్స్ చేస్తే ఇంకొంచెం.
అవునవును, మిక్స్ అండ్ మ్యాచ్ ఆల్సో ఇస్ వర్కింగ్ అట్, ఎందుకంటే సేమ్ టెక్నాలజీ కదా, ముఖ్యంగా మోడర్న్.
ఇక్కడ ఇండియాలో థర్డ్ ఇక బూస్టర్ ఇంకా లేదు, ఎందుకంటే మన ఇంకా.
అవునవును,
బూస్టర్ కూడా టాకే రావట్లేదు.
అంటే నీకు కనెక్షన్స్ ఉంటే మేనేజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు ఇండియాలో.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఇది నెట్ లో పెట్టాలి, అంటే నెట్ లో పెట్టాలంటే నా ఉద్దేశం వాళ్ళ పోర్టల్లో ఎక్కించాల్సి వస్తుంది. వాళ్ళు పోర్టల్ ఎక్కించాల్సి వస్తే ఇంకా వాళ్ళు ఎట్లా ఎక్కిస్తారు అన్లెస్ గవర్నమెంట్ అలా వస్తారు.
ఉన్నాయిలే కొద్ది క్యావియట్స్ ఉన్నాయిలే.
అదే మన దేశంలో అన్ని ఉన్నాయి.
Anyway, not see you next week, but as soon as I settle down, we'll meet. So hopefully our flights will be on time and we'll reach there next Friday.
Yeah, you have to enter into bio bubble.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Sudhakar, how long you are gone in India?
Then 2 months unta, Bhaskar. 2 months unta.
I'm there in November 10th onwards for about a.
I'll be there. I'll very much there, and ఈసారి కొద్దిగా డిపార్ట్మెంట్ తో కొద్దిగా బాగానే I'll get involved, because every time it never happened.
I go there all the time.
So టాక్స్ చేయడం తప్ప ఏం కాలేదు. ఇప్పుడు కొద్దిగా we'll just get into little deeper.
So November 10th I'm arriving also in Hyderabad for about 3 weeks. So we'll organize.
ఉండేది ఇక్కడ జూబ్లీ హిల్స్ దగ్గరనా?
Begumpet area.
Okay, Begumpet area. నేనేమో Begumpet, Gandipet, కొద్దిగా దూరమేలే. But we can make it 45 minutes. You can make it.
No, that's fine. No problem.
There will be a period of time you both will be there. So, which is really good. You guys
మేము
can.
చాలా సార్లు ఉన్నాము మాధవి. చాలా సార్లు we were in Hyderabad. Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
okay.
were because
That's
ఆయన
very
catalyst అన్నట్టు he's a అతను ఏమంటారు ఈజ్ అన్సెట్లింగ్ పర్సన్ టు మీట్ టు కాంగ్రిగేట్ పీపుల్ అండ్ ఆల్. ఇది ఇప్పటి కాదు, అది 30 years నుంచి నడుస్తా ఉంది ఇది.
Okay, that's really good.
he always does that. అండ్ ప్రకాష్ కూడా 2 సార్లు మిస్ అయిపోయినాడు కదా ప్రకాష్. యా యు ఆర్ ఇన్వైటెడ్ బట్ యు ఆర్ నాట్ దేర్.
వాట్ టు డు?
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్, గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ ఎవ్రీవన్. గుడ్ మార్నింగ్, గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ ఎవ్రీవన్. గణేష్ మాట్లాడుతున్నా. బాగున్నారు అందరూ?
Good morning, sir. Good afternoon.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Ganesh.
Nice to hear you. Actually, you are visiting together. That's the best way to mobilize even the department faculty and students, and maybe share some of your. I know you have been doing this, but that will be always helpful.
Absolutely, this is our paying back.
Yeah. We will take your examples. Whenever we visit, we will try to make some acquaintance and let the department know, and then see if we can meet and greet for a with students, faculty, etc. When we will make some efforts as well, like you are doing.
So Ganesh, where are you based?
I am in Atlanta, Georgia, Emory University.
Right.
Yeah.
Ganesh is from Siddipet, Bhaskar. మనకి చాలా జూనియర్ అన్నమాట.
So you are the one who works with George Painter, Ganesh. And
yes,
Dennis.
I am. He's our actually co-faculty. He's my colleague. Yeah.
How much money, Emory? That's beautiful. Very nice. Yeah. I saw your post some time ago. Yeah, we met Dennis few times, and so much work is still going on, and amazing what they have done. So.
Oh, you did meet Dennis. Yeah. So Dennis was my ex-supervisor. When I started at Emory, I worked with him. And then when I moved to faculty, then George Painter and we are in the same department.
Great. Very nice. Very nice. And which year are you from Osmania, chemistry?
1999, graduated.
Very good.
PhD, 1999. 1994 was the MSc.
Yeah, exactly 19 years later అన్నమాట. మేము 75 గణేష్. ఇవాళ ముగ్గురం క్లాస్మేట్స్ ఉన్నాము ఇక్కడ సేమ్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్. నేను, ప్రకాష్ అండ్ భాస్కర్.
I'm glad to see you all together. I myself made myself available actually to see you all.
Wonderful.
So in fact, I think this mentor program also working very well. There was a student I'm in touch with. I'm sure many mentors are doing the same individually now.
Yeah, I think Umesh sir has joined.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. Okay. Good afternoon, sir.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, madam.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
How are you?
Doing well. Thank you. So Padmasri, I think we can go ahead and start, right?
Yeah. We just start.
Sorry, madam, for joining late.
Oh, no problem, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning to all the dignitaries from US, the mentors, and good evening to all my co-teachers. Head Department of Chemistry, Professor Umesh sir also has joined. And good evening to all the research scholars and MSc students to at another session of this newly introduced entrepreneur series. And in this journey, we're going to listen to the great entrepreneurs,
Padmashri, I think your voice is breaking. Padmashri, can you hear us?
Madam, your voice is not coming.
One of the towering personality who made a great difference himself as an entrepreneur, and also he's contributed immensely as an alumni, brought together many people and have done immense work, and has contributed to the department as a whole. And okay, we are anyway going to listen to his words, his journey, and be inspired. We are very thankful to you, sir, today to have you here. Now, without wasting much of time, I welcome our head department of chemistry, Professor Umesh Kumar, sir, to give a formal welcome address from the Department of Chemistry, OU.
Sir, I would like to welcome Bhaskar Garu. Sir, thank you very much on behalf of me and from the Department of the great Department of Chemistry, Usman Shri. I welcome you, sir. And first of all, I would like to thank you for giving your valuable time. I know that yours is a very precious time, but in spite of your busy schedule, you are here to deliver a lecture to our research scholars and students. Thank you, sir. We hope in future also you will extend your same cooperation for the Department of Chemistry. I heard about you, sir. I know your biodata and each and everything, sir. It is. I came to know that you are helping the Department of Chemistry for the past few years. So thank you very much, sir. And research scholars and our students are attending all these programs very regularly, and I think we hope they may learn a lot from your seminar, sir. So once again, I would like to thank you very much. I don't want to waste much of your time because your lecture is very important for us. So once again, on behalf of the Department of Chemistry, OU, I welcome you once again, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your nice words. Before we actually go into the actual talk by Bhaskar Garu, I request Dr. Madhvi Srikoti to give a small briefing about what the objective of this series actually is in few words. Dr. Madhvi, please.
Yeah, thank you, Padmashri, and good afternoon, good morning, everyone. And thank you all for attending today's session. And thank you, Head of the Department, Umesh sir, and faculty for your continuous support since the program started and many more years before that. And this is the second presentation of entrepreneurship. And the main purpose of this series is to provide knowledge on how to plan and how to prepare and what to prepare if your career goal is to start a company. And with these presentations, what we wanted to give to you is if you are planning to start a company, how do you start? And what is the homework that you need to do? And how to run the business as a model of like a pharmaceutical or pharma related company. And also what kind of efforts one needs to put to start a company and to run a company, and as well as to grow the company to flourish. And Dr. Bhaskar Reddy sir, who has been in this field for many years, and he is going to go over his journey and experience and explain the details of opportunities and the challenges that you need to prepare yourself to start as a company and become an entrepreneur. And this session is specifically for you guys, like research scholars and MSc students, and also whoever is interested to start up a company. Please feel free to ask as many questions as you can and also get benefit for this program. And if you want more information, we can connect you to previous mentors and also Dr. Bhaskar sir, so that you get more information when you are ready to plan for that. So planning is really necessary, as we discussed in our last session. And today, Bhaskar sir is going to go over his experience and give you a bit more details in a different perspective. So with that, thank you, Padma Shri, and I'll give back to you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Madhvi. That's true. It's really, we are honored. He's given such a valuable time to us. I think you people need to utilize it well by interacting with him. Yeah. Now, I request Dr. Sirisha Madam to give a brief introduction about Dr. Bhaskar Rao. Ma'am?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, madam.
Yeah, it's my privilege to introduce Dr. Venepalli Bhaskar Rao Garu, our patron of Osmania University Chemistry Foundation. He is a graduate and he did his master's and doctorate from Osmania University and did postdoctoral research at the University of Southampton, England, and Rockefeller University, New York. He received his MBA from Simon Business School at University of Rochester, and he is co-founder, CEO, and president of the pharmaceutical company CiVenti Chem since 1994, with presence in India and USA. And he has over 38 years of experience working with fine chemicals. Earlier, he has spent a lot of years with Kodak Eastman Chemical Company, working as manager of new product and business development. Presently, he is a board member of the North Carolina Biotechnology Center, and in 2017, he was elected as Fellow of Royal Society of Chemists. And he is the now Chief Patron of Osmania University Chemistry Foundation. And many a times we have met Sir with his enthusiasm to help the department. And in 2010, he was honored as the Entrepreneur of the Year in the Biotechnology and Pharmaceutical category by the Boston-based Indo-US Business Journal. Then the many things go on like this, and which I would like to leave few of them for Dr. Sudhakar G. Reddy Garu to continue. And with this brief introduction, I request Sudhakar Garu to go ahead, and then the presentation of the Bhaskar Garu will follow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sirisha ma'am. Today we have a special speaker, so this is a special way of introducing him. We know very formal things about Dr. Bhaskar Rao Garu. Dr. Sudhakar Reddy Garu being his buddy, his classmate and a friend since so many years. I think we're going to hear some more things which are normally not known to the public, I think. So he would share his experience, what he know about him through his words as Dr. Bhaskar Venepalli, I know. So may I request Dr. Sudhakar Reddy sir to please continue.
Hello, everyone. Good morning to US participants, and again, good evening to all Indian participants. In Detroit, still it's not sunrise yet. Again, good morning to all of you, and so I take this opportunity to share a few things that Sirisha Garu did not cover about Bhaskar Rao. And I knew him almost for 50 years now. The time flies just like that. So, Bhaskar, we all knew. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir, very much.
Okay, wonderful. In India, I know you know these names by not Venepalli, but he knew as a V. Bhaskar Rao, as a young chap. And when we met, we were in 20, that age. And in 1972, we met in a special BSc class. He was in a special BSc class and a special BSc chemistry, and I was in botany. So our interaction was not much unless and until we were classmates in 1975, MSc Organic Chemistry. There were 8 boys and 4 girls. And sorry to share with you that 3 of our boys are no longer. That's very sorry. And we still 5 people are around. And Bhaskar, as I put as my classmate, he was a very, very, very shy boy from a rural area. And I went to school in all in Hyderabad. So we were urban boys and he was a rural boy. So the interaction was very different. But it took some time for me to understand Bhaskar and Bhaskar to interact with me. It took some time. And I'll go through that. So he was a pet student of Professor Ratnam Garu. So that led him to become his pet student and got his PhD. While we are still struggling with our postdoctoral and so many other things, he already ended up in a job in IDPL, where he learned a lot. And a very, very accomplished individual from our batch. And we always say in that in this 5 years period, our batch was one of the best. And in one of those talks, I think Prakash has covered the accomplishment of each one of our classmates. That we'll do again, we'll continue to do that. This is not the platform right now to do that. And he, again, being a Usmania PhD, and he ended up in Southampton, UK as a postdoctoral. Those days it was not that easy, unless he had something sparkling, career, things going on. So he ended up there, and then from there he came to United States. By then we all ended up there. And that's when I think our journey started together. Until then, our communication was only through letters and phones. And ever since he left the department, he's the only one individual who was in touch with the department continuously all these nearly 50 years. And we all were, but ours was only dotted line. And when Professor Anant Swami Garu was VC, then I wanted to do something to Department of Chemistry and Department of Botany. But with the bureaucratic, situations, I could not accomplish that. But for me to even attempt, Bhaskar was my motivator. So he always, we used to discuss, and that led to form an alumni association of chemists in United States almost 30 years ago, and which we pulled about 200 people and all across the United States. And we ran that association for about almost like 5, maybe 10 years. Then after that, all this with the technology, advent of all the technology and connectivity, and that can fell apart. So again, thank you, Bhaskar, for that vision and initiation. So a lot of people benefited at the time. Some people got jobs with connectivity that we developed. And as a personal friend, so he has visited me umpteen times, and I visited him many times. And he is a great host. And when somebody is visiting him, his attention is extremely attentive. So which one should enjoy. And in simply, he's if I had to say him, in like a couple lines, and he's very sincere, hardworking, and visionary, which is very important, and philanthropist. And as you all know, his contributions to the department, and is a very, very honest individual with high standards and great integrity, which I don't think I have. So that is something that I need to learn. And whoever is participating now, if you are dreaming to be somebody, to somewhere, and to do something in the life, I think Bhaskar's lecture is going to be should be your springboard. So take advantage of that place. And there are so many sentimental things happened between us, but one I want to share certainly with you. Bhaskar, he called me quite a few decades ago. He was traveling to India. So Bhaskar, so what is the purpose that you're leaving? And those days going to India was not that frequent for us. So he told that his father is not feeling well and he's planned to leave. And okay, so hopefully he feels better. Then only he said, no, I'm going there, and he's definitely is not going to be around. And I just want to make sure that I spend some time with him. And then he left, and with our busy lives, and I could not again talk to him after several weeks. And then I told, how was your trip? And then he told, Sudhakar, I knew my father is going to go away. That's why I made this trip. So he knew it. So I tried to do the same thing, but I could not. And I tried to do the same thing to my father. I could not. So that is the speciality of Bhaskar. He is very blessed, and so I really admire and his values, his family values, and his values that he gives his friendship, family, and this a lot to learn apart from his chemistry. And coming to the community, he emerged as a very successful community leader. The reason I say is I also did a little bit for the community here in the United States. Almost like for 15 years, I was extremely involved in community service. So at the time, we used to talk a lot, and so I established a non-profit organization, and he wanted to do one, and he did, in a different way. We used to exchange, and his wisdom was something that we can always learn something when he talks. The way he talks in a very humble way, the way he talks, he has a lot of knowledge, but unless you ask, he will not open up. So that is specialty of him. And then if you want to tap him, there is a mind sitting there. So that's something that you need to know. And in the community service, coming to that, there is a temple in the Venkateswara temple in Tri-City, Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill. And the central point is Bhaskar. And he is completely devoted his life for those few years until the Prana Pratishtha and Kumbhabhishekam, all those things are done. So those 3 years or 4 years, he was relentless and restless and unsettling. So I was to go to that, but due to problems that we were going through those time of our lives, I could not go. But later I visited the temple quite a few times, and it was wonderful. And not only that, he was involved in Indian politics, local politics, and American politics, and chemistry related politics. And he has so many hats to wear, which is he has a real accomplished. And coming to the ACS, from ACS to the local biopharma committees, he was always there. And he not only participated, but he contributed. We all participated. I did participate in such committees and all, but my contribution is minuscule. So having said that, his commitment to the department continues, and the value that he has is he not only contributes, but he motivates people. And there is more than a crore is now poured into the chemistry department. Is directly did something, indirectly did like motivated many people, and you all know those names. And he has held many positions, and he has like so much patience. I'm telling you, so much. He knows how to organize his time, and then give whatever he could. And that's why he has been successful. And when he wanted to like get into this entrepreneurship, there was no book written, and there is no example to follow. There are quite a few people around that time, P.S. and Reddy, and there are quite a few people tried, but they were successful. But Shekhar Reddy, I think a couple other people, they tried, they were successful, but not successful. But Bhaskar has taken these steps very carefully and very calculated way, calculated fashion. He knew what exactly he wanted, and his MBA has really helped him. And his umpteen trips to like Europe also helped him. And he established his foundation very well. And again, I congratulate you, Bhaskar, for whatever you've done to the community. That's important. And I know entrepreneurship is making money, but at the same time, it is establishing a path to a dreamer, who wants to be something. And I know quite a few of our juniors like Parth Sarad Reddy and MSN, and there are a couple other people who made a difference. Like following path, like people like you, because before us, not many people were there. Before 72, before 75, not many people were there. And at that time, entrepreneurship was in the hands of a few people. In short, he's a great person with a complete life. And he has a great family, and he raised two wonderful daughters. They're all accomplished now. And his wife also herself is a chemist and daughter of ex-speaker who served in T. Ramarao government. And that uncle Narayan Rao Garu, we knew him when he was practicing in Vidyanagar. So we all knew, he knew all of us as his favorite boys. So again, thank you, Bhaskar, and God bless you. And with this, I think I'll complete. And I can go for another hour more than his talk, but this is not the time. Thank you very much, everybody. And Bhaskar, take it from here. Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir. As the quote goes, that great minds inspire, they have a vision, and whereas the ordinary, they have a purpose, whereas the ordinary minds have only wishes. That is truly reflected in what all you have told about Bhaskar Rao Garu. Now, without wasting more time, I request Dr. Bhaskar Rao, sir, to kindly.
Madam, one minute.
Sir.
1 minute. Can I speak for 1 minute, madam?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sir, Sudhakar Reddy garu, thank you very much. Sudhakar Reddy garu, am I audible, sir?
Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Sir, thank you very much, sir. So, as a founder member of OUCF, once again, I am very much thankful to Bhaskar Rao Garu. He did a lot of things to the department, and we expect the same cooperation for this department once again. And it seems, so as you said, sir seems like a very big dictionary. So it is not possible to read the dictionary within a period of 5 or 10 minutes. So just with your words, all we have motivated a lot. That is with your words. So once again, thank you very much, sir. We are very much lucky to have such a member in our chemistry alumni, and as a founder member, he did a lot to the department. Sir, thank you very much once again for the on behalf of the department. And sir, we expect the same cooperation in the future also, sir. Thank you, and I once again welcome our Bhaskar Rao Garu, and thank you very much for introducing in a very good way the Bhaskar Rao, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
May I invite Dr. Bhaskar Rao, sir, to please go on with this.
Thank you. Hari Padmasri, so can I go and share my screen now?
Yes, I'll just stop mine. You can. Yes, sir, please share.
Can you all see my screen, or I need to do something?
Not yet, sir. You please share it. I think we can see in a while.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, share. Okay, exactly. Okay, all right. Perfect.
Yeah, now it is okay, sir. We are able to see.
Able to see?
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, can we go in the like full screen mode, sir? Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Thank you very much.
So, good morning and good evening. First of all, I don't know what to say. I don't deserve all the comments made by many of you, including Sudhakar. I am like Sudhakar said, a chemist, grew up in a small village, and then leading my life. Life has been good to all of us, including me, and the chemistry department played a major role in that life. That's why I keep coming back to chemistry department last 25 years. And in that journey, a lot of people helped me, motivated me. And so I'm thankful to all of you, Madhu, Hari Padmasri, Shirisha Garu, Umesh, Sudhakar. So thank you for your comments. And I have to say something about one more person here. Ravi, I don't know if Ravi Mered is in the call or not, but I met Ravi about 10 years ago, or maybe 15 years ago, I don't remember now. We both come from Mahabunar, Palamur, NRI. But then we found a common theme of helping chemistry department, and Ravi has been more than amazing. I don't know how he does so many things to help.
He is there, sir. Ravi Prakash, sir, you can unmute yourself. He's there, sir.
Good, very good. No, that's fine. I mean, Ravi, I don't know how he does things. I told him so many times in person, but so Ravi played a major role.
Sir, I am also from Mahabubnagar, sir, head of the Umesh. I am also from
Very nice,
Mahabubnagar.
sir, very nice. So Ravi, I don't want to take a lot of time from many of you, but Ravi and I found a common theme of helping Palamur. Mahabubnagar is called Palamur, and then we found out we both are from chemistry, and then that's how our common theme has began. There's a lot to go on, but let's stick to the theme, today's theme. Last week, Mahendra did a fantastic job of highlighting business principles, how to start a business. It's amazing what he has done in addition to his other presentations. And that's what chemistry department has produced many gems. And I'm so happy to see Ganesh and Mahendra, same alumni. For young people in this group, in this attendance, and those who listen to this later, you all need to learn from this. Chemistry department is an excellent place. We are all blessed to be a part of the chemistry department, lucky, so take advantage of that. My journey is very simple compared to a lot of other things people said. So let me just take a minute and explain to you how to start a business. Whatever I'm going to say will be complementing what Mahendra said. I'm not going to go into the details of what Mahendra said. Basically, I'm trying to make it a very simple, common sense approach of how to start a business. Okay, so the outline will be, what are the things you need in an entrepreneur? And for a chemist enterprise that we all are chemists, what exactly you need? And what that means is resources, personalities, entrepreneurship, thinking. And then I'll give you a few slides about my own story, which is not that great, but we are happy with what we are doing. And then I give some examples. And all the young people in this audience, I want you all to write questions and put them in chat box. My presentation will be about 20-25 minutes, but I want people to ask questions. And my goal is, if from this presentation, if few people get inspired to start their own business or get their own ideas, start their own business, then I accomplished my objectives, like Mahendra objective also, and so many other people who talk after this. Okay, I always give simple example of an entrepreneur. In Hyderabad, when you walk around, you see people serving idli and dosha in a corner in a bicycle. And then we all buy from them and eat. Those guys are the real entrepreneurs. You know what they do? They are found a product that they can deliver, a service they can deliver for a customer that needs their service and willing to pay money. So take that as a simple example. Entrepreneur need not be a chemist, it can be anybody. People who sell vegetables, people who wash clothes, people who work in their homes, or a chemist, or an IT person, or a Bill Gates, doesn't matter. Entrepreneur is somebody who find a niche they have in themselves to serve a need that is unmet, that's required, and somebody is willing to pay money for that. That's as simple as that. Okay, so keep that in mind. So all these business ideas start with a personality. Okay, one can be super chemist, but if you don't have the right personality to become an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. And it all starts here in your head. Okay, and it's a personal interest, because what is important in starting a business is, do you have the right personality? And then do you have an idea that creates a value for not only for you, but also somebody willing to pay for that idea? And then you obviously need to learn experience, knowledge. And then to do this, as Mahendra said last week, resources requirement. Okay. Example I gave, the guy who sells idlis in a corner in Hyderabad in the morning, his resources are, he needs to make some money to make all this inventory. Okay, very less compared to a large chemistry enterprise where you need bigger setup. Like also, if you want to start a big biotech company, much more resources. And about knowledge, okay, what you are delivering to a customer, and is there a market for that? At the end of all this, are you resourceful? And for young people in this group, I'll tell you what the resourceful means is, think that you come across a problem. Problem can be as simple as you have to go from Usmania campus to Koti. How can you go there from point A to point B? What's the simplest way, easiest way to get there? Or you have a simple lab problem. How can you solve that problem? Some people are more resourceful, finding a creative solution. That's what I mean by resource. Okay. So as Sudhakar said, many of you, I'm a small village kid, and then we were very blessed to come to campus in the BSc Special in 1971. Usman University had this thing called special program where they conduct exams at the end of the first year throughout the campus, throughout the OU chemistry colleges. Then they bring the top 60 students to the campus where they train them. That's what we call BSc Special. And as Sudhakar said, we had 60 people in BSc BCG, that's botany, zoology, chemistry, like that was there in the physics, mathematics also, and other arts. That changed my life. Coming to the department, before we didn't know how to say a single English word. We didn't know how to dress properly. We didn't know how to communicate. But then the teachers who were there, excellent teachers, inspired us to learn what we do. And then that led to MSc, and then that led to, we don't know anything else better. So I was very happy. I got a first rank in the MSc, gold medal. Then they gave those days, there is no GATE exam or anything. If you get a first rank, you get a PhD scholarship automatically. I was so happy to do that because we didn't know anything else better. We didn't have to move anywhere. Many people like Sudhakar and Surya Prakash went to do PhD in bigger institutes, like IISc Bangalore or NCL Pune. Those were better places to do PhD. But I didn't have anything. I mean, nobody there to tell me, right? So we were lucky to get a 400 rupees fellowship. Me and my friend Om Reddy, we both first rank and second rank. We got a job and PhD. And then one thing led to other thing. Did a postdoc, Southampton, Rockefeller, and then I joined Eastman Kodak in 1986. That's my first job in the United States. You had to go through a green card. And then I'm a good chemist. I was pretty productive in the lab. And then I was enjoying chemistry. That went on for 2 years. And then something started bothering me, how long I can do this? How long I can be a lab chemist? I can be productive. So then I said, what else can I do with my life? That's when I call entrepreneurial spark. Okay, that's what people need to think at every stage in their life. Okay, they get something in their mind. I call this itch, it's bothering you all the time. That's important for any of you who want to start something. Don't go by, Parthar did this, MSN did this, so can I do the same thing? It has to be here. It has to be in your personality. That's what I call entrepreneurial spark. That happened to me in 1988, 89 timeframe in Eastman Kodak. Okay. Then, okay, that's good. Idea is good. So you want to do something, but what do? You're a lab chemist. You don't have any business knowledge. If you want to start a business, how do you start a business? Again, there was no internet those days. You have to read the books. There was no resources like Mahendra said last week, In this presentation, I keep referring Mahendra because the excellent presentation Mahendra has done. And you all need to learn from what he is accomplishing as a young man coming from Usmania. We all are very proud. So no business background. I have 2 daughters, living in Rochester, New York. So what can you do? Okay. So that's when you need to think about what is your experience, what are the personal issues which are critical if you want to start a business. Okay. Then I got a lucky break. Eastman Kodak was a very large company those days. They used to post jobs on the internal, they call internal web, they call it a computer network. And then one day there was a post for a business development manager. And then Mark Fishberg, who was a director of business development, I knew Mark because we met in some seminars and presentations. I'm a curious guy. I like to talk to people when I meet people, right? So I talked to Mark a few times. Then they advertised this job. I said, okay, Mark, I want to apply for this. What do I do? He said, Bhaskar, I want to apply, but remember you're competing with a lot of people. I said, that's fine. Then I went to my boss, my lab manager, and asked Jim Rizak, Jim, what do you think? Jim said, Bhaskar, you're an excellent chemist. I'm planning to promote you. For you coming from India, being a foreign country, you don't know how to speak good English, accent, you'll not be successful in business, be careful. But then even that did not dissuade me because I always wanted something, Again, I'm talking about the itch, right? Then okay, I'll take a chance. Mark gave me the position. This is going back to 1991 now, okay? So I was very blessed to learn a lot of things in Eastman Kodak. Then your personal takes over, right? People realize what you do. After 2 years, I was promoted to manage a business for Eastman Chemical. But my objective was to use this as leverage to learn and start my own business. And I told people that company Eastman Kodak, I told Mark, this is my goal, because that's where the integrity comes into, honesty comes into. Okay, people need to know. And that's a critical element. Integrity is a critical element in this business. Okay. I also call power of networking. I'm sure you all know what networking is. Networking is getting to know people and how to help each other. That's also very important in not only life, but also anything you do. So then, okay, so now you start thinking of the business, at least you know how the business is run, a chemist enterprise. Then you are thinking about how to start a company. We need a lab, obviously, of being chemist, right? And then you need some money to do it. Operation is just like, once you're a lab and this and that, and then you have to buy equipment, glassware, rotary operator. You have to learn so many other things, okay? Starting from think like this, right? Somebody provides all these things to you in a company, but you have to do everything, completing, starting paying the bills, buying chemicals, establishing a bank account, trying to pay the hiring people, all those things. So there are so many things one needs to be aware of, but those things will be learned as long as you have the passion and right mindset to do those things. Because there are precedents, and today, compared to 30 years ago, life is much easier. There are so many resources available to you online. And also the other thing I found out is, at that time, I bumped into a lot of people. I met and talked to some people. Everybody is so helpful. So today, if you want to start a business, a lot of people talk to some local other fellow business people, they'll be very helpful to you. I never came across any business owner who doesn't want to help other people start ideas, businesses, okay? Finally, the most important thing is developing customers. At the end of the day, you need to have some customers who are willing to buy your product or service to pay for it, which is important, okay? So all these things happen, but it also can be done. People have done it time and time again, and you can do that also. So don't be disappointed or dissuaded by the challenges. And key learnings for me are the following. I already said about integrity. People need to trust. When you say something you do, people need to trust. They need to believe in you to give a business opportunity to you or buy your product or service from you. And also the next thing is, people always think, okay, you're a nice guy, but what are you bringing to me? When they say value proposition, what am I getting in this business transaction from you? And also, of course, as a chemist, we are good problem solvers. So you need to differentiate what can you do compared to other business people, because there's a lot of competition in anything we do. How can you do other things that others cannot do? Can you solve a problem that creates some value to the client or a customer? I'm talking the chemistry sense, okay? And then high work ethic and round the clock work. And this also was mentioned last week. You become an entrepreneur, you are working around the clock, okay? And you have to have good work ethic. What work ethic means, you have to work and you have to be dedicated, and you cannot shy away from that. And you need to be able to communicate to the people about yourself, about your business, and also be nice with the people. You cannot be arrogant. You cannot be, say, oh, the chip on your shoulder. So that's what I'm talking about, communication skills. And many times, these are all what I call soft skills. People don't realize, and these are not taught in the school or colleges or MSc degree for you. So think about, go to Google and type, what are the soft skills? There's so much available today for you to learn it. You should be able to do so many things at the same time, wear multiple hats, called multitasking. So these are the learnings I found out, and all this can be done, okay? So but you need to be aware of all those things. And the CiVenti Chem, we started in 1994. It's a small 2-people operation. When I was thinking of starting the business, I knew one of my classmates, Janakram son Vasu Chitineni. He was a PhD from ISCT. He was a postdoc at Duke. So those days, Sudhakar said, we formed the Usmania Chemist Alumni Association in 1993, basically to help people, our fellow chemists from Usmania, how to network. Because what I found when I was in Eastman Kodak was, a lot of people used to call me and say, can you help me to find a job? Because you work for a big company. That's when, when after my finished MBA, I found some time, so I said, why don't we do that? with the help of a lot of friends like Sudhakar, Mahender, so many people, we formed this team together. There was no internet those days. We used to phone calls and we used to send out mailers. But the idea was to help networking. That's why I mentioned the context of Vasu. I was talking to Vasu to help him find a job. Then at the time, I also mentioned to him, I think of starting a business. Vasu, if you're interested, we both can do it together. So he said, fine, he joined. So we started my lab in 94, and then slowly expanded. Ours was organic growth. We didn't raise any money from any investors, anything like that. We put some of our own savings, and then we have grown the business slowly. And then in 2019, our company in the United States was acquired by Sterling. So that company is still there. We had about 25 PhD chemists at that time. Now they are here still going on in North Carolina. Similarly, I always wanted something in India because we wanted to see what can we do in a my own small way. Okay, so Uduta Baksala Kanmatan. So we created a lab in Hyderabad. Another classmate of mine, Dr. Venkataya, who was Aurobindo R&D director in Aurobindo at the time, I asked Venkataya, I'm thinking of doing this. Can you come and help me? So he joined us. He was our managing director. Our lab was started in Balanagar first. We rented a small place and then moved to Mallapur. And then we built our own pilot plant in GDMetla in 2009 and moved there. And in 2019, we also bought a plant. So that business still continues today. We have about 150 people. Then we have a lot of masters and PhD chemists. So going back to what are the key ingredients of an entrepreneur? So that's about my CiVenti Chem, okay? Nothing to brag about, but we are happy what you have done. Again, going back to the theme of today's talk, what are the ingredients required for entrepreneur? And this is what I talk about. Do you have an idea that solves a problem? And is this innovative, patentable? For service business like ours, it may not be patentable, but is it innovative idea? And then does it serve a need that somebody is willing to pay money for that? Go back to the example I gave you. The guy who's serving idli in the corner shop in Hyderabad, he is serving a need. Somebody willing to pay money for it. There are a lot of customers for it. He doesn't do the market. Okay? Keep that a simple concept. Okay? That same thing can be said for a Dr. Reddy's Heterodrugs. They were trying to make some product that meets a requirement. So it can be from a 1-person business to 100,000 people business. Same thing, are we meeting a requirement that is there in the marketplace and they are willing to pay money for that? And is it scalable? What that means is, can it be grown? Like the idli business, it cannot be grown. That's not scalable. That's why it's doing only 1 person every day morning. But other businesses can be scalable. But if you want to start about some business, it has to be scalable. So this is important to know. Personal attributes are important. That is, are you always uncomfortable with what you are doing? So you always think you should do something different. You should start your own business. That's what I call entrepreneurial spark. Are you willing to take risks? Because all businesses don't succeed. Some businesses fail. That's very commonly known fact. But that's okay. As long as you take the risk, you can start another business. Are you resourceful? I said example before. Are you resourceful means, are you able to come up with a simple solution to difficult problems? Problem can be not chemistry, it can be any problem. Okay? Can you be able to find out? Washing dishes in the lab also, can you do it more efficiently? That means you are thinking that you can solve an issue much simpler way. Are you willing to make sacrifices? When you start a business of your own, you have to work 24 hours. That means no family time, no friends time, all that stuff has to go away. Are you willing to do that? And are you able to work with others? That means you have good interpersonal skills. Good communication skills I already talked about. So these are the key ingredients for an entrepreneur. Most of these are common sense. They are good for everywhere, but particularly they become important in a business setting. Then comes the resources. Do you have time and money to start your own venture? If not, can you raise some money from family, friends, angels, like Mahendra said last week, or then goes to raise from investors? Okay. We talked last week, and I think some of you posted, there are a lot of grants, scholar awards can be obtained from government. Okay, in US, of course, that is there. We talk about SBI or STTR grants. In India setting, I'm sure they are there. And then, do you have some management? When I say management, ignore MBA, blah, all that stuff. But can you simply manage a simple things like administrative resources, writing checks, writing bills, paying bills, buying your own chemicals, financial operations, those type of things. And then you all need to find some other to help you. As I said before, if you want to start a business, there are a lot of people who can help you. Talk to them, they'll help you, other business people. Then at least United States, they have what's called each university has tech transfer offices, where if you have an idea, they help you and then they help you to patent it. I don't know if that's common in India, but I hope it will become common very soon. So you need to work with them. So these are the resources. So we talked about 3 ingredients, right? Personality, resources, idea. These are the 3 ingredients, in my opinion, to be a successful business. And that's what I have with like a little pictorial form here. You must have all of these 3 together. If you have a good idea and a lot of money with you, but there's nobody willing to pay money for your product, okay, or service, then this will not succeed. It will become like a hobby for you. But if you have a good idea and there's somebody willing to pay, but they don't have money to start their business, then it won't take off. The business will not take off. But if you have market requirements, you have resources, you have, but you don't have a good idea, then there is no product. So you need to have a sweet spot of all these 3 ingredients to have a successful venture, successful business. I hope it is as simple as I'm showing it, but I'll be happy to answer that question next if you have any on this. Is it my thing or somebody else's? Maybe it's not. Padmasri, you need to mute people, I think. So,
excuse me, if
chemist,
you are not speaking.
Oh, mommy will.
If you are not speaking, can you please mute your mic? That would be a great help. Thank you so much.
Okay, as chemist, then what type of businesses you can do? This is all about we are talking today, right? So it can be because of your idea. Mine was a service business. We are a CRO lab. It can be product-based business. You can make a good product that people are willing to buy it from you, like all the generic companies in Hyderabad today, or a service like CRO, CDMO labs, where you are providing a service to them. Basically, companies outsource this work from you. Or you can come up with intellectual property. You have a good idea, and then you can go and patent, and then that leads to forming innovator companies. Mahendra talked a lot about this last week. That's how his company is, actually. This is very commonly done in the United States. A lot of startup companies do IP, and I want you to think like that. And I hope Usman University and other universities and labs like IICT provide that ecosystem. And can be other ideas too. But being opportunistic is the key. Okay, that's the key. And question is, can chemists be successful entrepreneurs? Yes, I think so, because we are pretty good, analytical. By being a chemist means you are thinking, you're very observant. We are all hardworking. MSc chemistry passing is not easy, as you all know. So we are all very hardworking. We are creative. So yes, in my opinion, chemists can be good, successful entrepreneurs as long as you have these attributes I'm talking about. How am I doing with my time? I said 30 minutes my talk. Okay. So let me give some examples. I don't know, you're all young people. I don't know how many of you know Aldrich Chemical Company. Now it's called Sigma Aldrich. Now they became another part of another company called Thermo Fisher. But Alfred Bader, who started this company, he was a PhD student in Harvard. He had difficulty buying reagents for his lab work. So then he was wondering, those days, you know, it's funny, Eastman Kodak used to sell lab chemicals, but he had difficulty getting from them. So he saw a niche that, you know, if I find a good organization, create a company to supply lab chemicals to research chemists, that's a good business opportunity for me. That's what he did. Go back and Google Alfred Bader, you will know. That led to Aldrich, then later they merged Sigma, now it's a large company. I don't know how many of you know what a NutraSweet is. What is NutraSweet in India? I don't know, it's a sweetener, okay? It's a dipeptide. This was discovered in Seoul based on a keen observation. The chemist was making these peptides for pharmaceutical research. He used to smoke. Then he found out one day his cigarettes are very sweet because he was doing some chemistry lab and he came out outside and was smoking. Those days, I'm talking about 1960s, 70s, smoking was very common. So then he said, why my cigarettes are sweet? Then he went back and saw the chemistry he was doing was causing that. He was touching the chemicals with his hand. They don't go away. Then when he comes and hold his cigarette, his cigarettes are sweet. That was leading to form this Nutraseed, which is a big business today. That is based on the keen observation. So be observant what you're doing. Same thing, Teflon coating by DuPont, which is put in the pans for cooking. And pharma biotech companies are based on innovative ideas. So some of the examples, this is only very simple. I'm sure there are so many of them. And in India context, I'll tell you, and in Hyderabad, you all know, Dr. Reddy's, Hetero, MSN, Aurobindo, Divi's, all of them have started opportunity, take advantage of the generic industry opportunity. And we all started because of Dr. Anju Reddy. I don't know how many of you know, but young people should read a lot about Dr. Anju Reddy. If you are interested in starting a business, that is a good lesson for you. Anju Reddy was an engineer. He was working in IDPL. Then again, he had the same entrepreneur. He wanted to do something on his own. He was very successful in IDPL at that time. And 1976, 77 time frame, they came out and start a company called Uniloids. Those days, it's the first company Hyderabad started as making a pharmaceutical. Otherwise, most of the company was IDPL. Jobs were offered by only government companies or lecturers. Chemists never used to get jobs before that in industries, as you see today. Most of the chemists, their goal is to become junior lecturer or work in government organizations. If I tell you all this today, you might feel little, what is this funny, but that's how it was. So Anju Reddy started this company called Uniloids in Nacharam, actually, where today's Avra lab is, that used to be Uniloids. And then that led to another company, gentleman called C.P. Reddy. They both formed this company called Standard Organics. And then 1983, they split. Then that's when Reddy Labs was formed and Standard Organics separate companies. They both grew separately. They were making generic pharmaceuticals. Those were not available in India those days. They were all manufactured by multinationals, imported to India. So Anju Reddy's value proposition was, first compound made was sulfamethoxazole, sulfur drug antibacterial. Okay, very simple compound to make. Then once they became separate companies, they have grown because those days Indian government was not following international patent rules. So they can make all the old compounds following the process patent. We are a good chemistry knowledge. So Sudhakar mentioned Shekhar Reddy's name. In 1979, Anju Reddy offered a job to 2-3 chemists in Usman University chemistry department. Chadapatra is one of them, I remember. He did not take that job. He said, Anju Reddy is paying 600 rupees. I don't want to take the job. Shekhar Reddy took that job. He was the first chemist from the Department of Chemistry to join industry. Of course, before that, I joined IDPL for a short time. Okay. But then I'm just telling you these things, how that happened. Then Anju Reddy created the ecosystem. What I mean by ecosystem is he made people aware of this can be done. And then the companies I'm talking, Hetero Drugs, MSN, these two people and Divi's, Murali Divi, they all used to work with Anju Reddy before they went and started their own companies. Again, going back to my experience, they learned the skills by working in Reddy's. Then they had an entrepreneurial spirit, entrepreneurial spark. So they went and started their own companies. And today, you know how many chemists these people hire, how many products they sell. I mean, money is secondary. Okay, people say, oh, they're very rich and all. Of course, that comes. But the way I look at it, they're creating employment for so many chemists. Aurobindo came out of Standard Organics. Ramprasad Reddy used to work as an accountant in Standard Organics. Then he went and started a company called Aurobindo. You all know that today. Okay, so we all have to be thankful to people like Anju Reddy, and then learn about Dr. Anju Reddy. Okay, in addition to that, throughout India, there are companies like Ranbaxy, Cipla, Lupin, Sun Pharma. These are simple examples. There are hundreds of them today. What they have done is they have taken advantage of a need for a growing generic market. Generic means all the pharmaceuticals today, and they took advantage. India needed them, world needs them. So that's how they scaled the business up. That's what scalability means. CROs and CDMOs. This concept came around in 2000. We have companies like GVK Bio, Sai Life Sciences, Syngene in Bangalore, Chem Biotech in Calcutta, Jubilant in Delhi, Origin in Bangalore. All these guys hire so many chemists today. Again, they provide a service, discovery chemistry services or manufacturing services. Okay, and they have grown because they were able to pull all the people together, provide a good service to the big pharma company they outsource. I mentioned the second tier, Sapala, started by one of our fellow chemists from Usmania, Chemveda, started by Bhima Rao, is a Usmania guy, CiVenti Chem, Sinfan Chem Lab, Saida Reddy. Again, I give simple examples, okay? Sapala is Ella Reddy, I could not remember the name, okay? It's in Malapur. And then there are so many corporations. If you go to Malapur area, like the other day, somebody said there's so many companies. Now, why is this happening? Because of entrepreneurial spirit of many chemists in and around Hyderabad. Okay, so if you have an idea, start a business, plenty of opportunities for you to think about that. I'll give some more examples, not necessarily related to chemistry, but vaccines. Hyderabad is the biggest center of vaccine manufacturers. Companies like Shanta Biotech, which is now owned by a French company called Sanofi, started by Varaprasad Reddy. Varaprasad Reddy, Sudhakar knows him well, is an engineer. He used to work in DRDL. But he was an entrepreneur. He saw vaccines were so expensive in India. His goal was to develop a vaccine that is affordable to people of Indian origin. That was his value proposition. And Shanta is his mother's name. Actually, he started a company, grew excellent business. Of course, Bharat Biotech in the news. Krishna Ella started this around the same time. They are manufacturing vaccines today, serving the world, not only India. Biological Events, Serum Institute. I'm just giving you some examples. So what I'm saying is, so many opportunities for people to think about it. So don't be disheartened that you don't have a good idea. Learn from others. So that's my take-home message to all of you. So finally, going back to the question I asked in the beginning, can chemists be successful entrepreneurs? My answer is yes, because we are all, as I said, hardworking, creative, problem solvers. Today, there are so many resources available. Some of them were highlighted by Mahendra last week, and then they were posted later by other people also. I'm a part of American Chemical Society, which also now, by the way, operates in India as well. We offer a lot of courses in entrepreneurship. Take advantage of them. You can sign up free. India grants, incubators, venture funds. I'm not expert in this area, but look into this. Okay. So take advantage and be a successful entrepreneur. That's my take-home message to you. And I have to thank many people in this endeavor of mine. First thing is teachers in chemistry department. I don't know, you remember many of you in 1973 when we came to the excellent teachers. They are the ones who instilled confidence in us. And I'm thankful to Professor Ratnangaru, from whom I learned three things. Discipline is important. If he says something you will do it. Humbleness, humility. Okay, hard work. Many friends who helped form Usman University Chemist Alumni Association in 1993 and later in India and OUCF. That includes Bhaskar Reddy, Ravi Reddy, and then mentoring program, what you're all doing today. And all of you, your future is very bright, be opportunistic, and congratulations to all of you organizers for this. And I'm so happy what you're doing. About these teachers, I'll tell you one thing. We are so thankful to teachers. Parsad Reddy and I put together a little honoring our teachers program in 2017. Some of you might have attended that. A lot of our retired professors came. We had excellent program. There is a 1 hour video on that actually recorded by Parsad Reddy's office, and Madhavi has that link. If you are interested, you can post it, Madhavi. That will bring a lot of memories back to you. With that, I'm going to stop. With that, I'm going to stop. Thank you for the opportunity. Again, my goal is inspire you all. If one of you become, or a few of become business people, I accomplished my goal. Thank you so much to all of you. And I'm going to mute myself, Madhavi.
Thank you so much, sir. That was such an amazing talk and so highly inspiring. I think in one word, I just want to say, I just saw everywhere optimism, such a positivity in your talk. Everything what you say is people help, people are good, people do this. So I heard all good words and all words of optimism in your talk, and it is such an amazing talk to hear from you. I think that's how I think today where you are, it is because of that kind of a high positivity what you carry. I think. Thank you very much, sir. And now with this, I request Dr. Madhavi to kindly interact with the students, the question and answer session, and also after that to please continue to give the concluding remarks. I'm sorry to inform that unfortunately because of some emergency call, Professor Leelavati ma'am, who is supposed to give the concluding remarks, is unable to join us. So I request Madhavi after the question answer session to also give the concluding remarks for this session. Thank you, sir. And over to Madhavi, please.
Yeah, thank you, Padmashri, and I hope everything is okay with Leelavati, madam. So just please pass or convey our regards to her. So thank you, Bhaskar sir. That was like a great presentation, coming from how to prepare and the key ingredients that you have mentioned. One dialogue I remember from Pelli Pustakam. This is like I'm talking about 1991 in our era. అదే గుమ్మడి నరసింహరావు గుమ్మడి సార్ దానిలో గుమ్మడి వెంకటేశ్వరరావు గారు వాళ్ళు పచ్చడి పెట్టడం స్టార్ట్ చేస్తారు. అందులో చేసినప్పుడు వాళ్ళ ఎంప్లాయీస్ అందరినీ కలిసేసి he'll give a very very small statement దానిలో. When you are talking about unmet needs, I remember the dialogue. ఆయన ఏమంటాడంటే ఉప్పు లేని చోట ఉప్పు అమ్మడము, పచ్చడి లేని చోట పచ్చడి అమ్మడము, చింతపండు లేని చోట చింతపండు అమ్మడము, అట్లాంటివి గనుక when we make a problem statement, right, and try to answer those, that's what called the entrepreneurship. And when we are talking, that's what I was remembering. Pelli Pustakamu is our era's movie, but there were like some great great intellectual dialogues in that movie. You can definitely see that. But coming to your point, you covered extremely important skills. It's not only you have an idea, but how to network with people and having soft skills to speak to other people and get the information. And also, right, as a part of when you are trying to have your idea to put in perspective, I really like the way how you switched roles from chemistry to business development to get hands-on experience what goes in the business, just to understand the business development perspective. That's an excellent move, because you didn't want to leave the job, but you wanted to get as much as out of when you are working as a reality check. So that's an excellent point. And there you covered, as you said, you complemented what Mahinder mentioned in last week. It's like a full mirror of all the aspects of how you want to prepare from financial perspective of it, and also from your perspective as a personal. So excellent talk, both of you. Kudos for all the points that you presented very well. And with that, I wanted to open up the floor for people to ask questions. Please go ahead and feel free to mute your mic and ask questions. With Mahinder is also online, and Dr. Bhaskar sir. And if anybody is hesitant to ask, please post your question in chat box, and Padmashri and I can help you ask for that. And Dr. Prashanti madam, I know MG, you students are listening to this talk. Please encourage students to ask questions. This session is for you guys to get information and the details from these two entrepreneurs what we have today on the floor. So please go ahead.
Well, I do not have a question. I'm very much thrilled with your talk as well as your accomplishments, Dr. Bhaskar. Very, very exemplary for many to follow. As you were definitely detailed what needs for to become an entrepreneur. I don't want to reiterate it, but how your friends and colleagues at the time, Anjreddy includes and others, inculcated the values in terms of establishing generic laboratories as well as now CRO laboratories. If we could inculcate such values in basic what we call the research and development ideas, and then institute institute, how in US we have so many biotech companies with spark of ideas. If we could inculcate such values in Usmania University or in Hyderabad or everywhere in India, then that is the time we will see some different flavor than what we have been seeing. Just a comment, but don't know who the Messiah will be, who will do this, but it requires resources. You know more than me, but that's what just my wishful thinking. Just wanted to leave there.
Thank you, Ganesh.
So that new ideas, novel ideas from young generations will be really expanded, developed, and then materialized, commercialized. That's what I was just thinking. Thank you.
So Dr. Ganesh, as Padma Shri explained last week and before also, right? Usman University has an incubation center. If anybody wants with their ideas, and I think they are going to provide at least like a thought process and discussion and brainstorming, right? Just I think I hope students are aware of it. And actually Padma Shri is working with the students just to vocalize that. That would be a good platform just to start a conversation. No idea is a bad idea. Any idea can spark anything. So I hope students will just go sit there and speak with people just to get to know. And also, right, when you talk to people, it's networking, soft skills, it's all like a reality perspective. So we do have some resources there. Yeah.
Yes, Madhuri, now that you mentioned, I also want to mention that point once again, that our HOD sir is going to arrange for the talk with the people from the incubation center, the entrepreneurs cell that is there under RUSA in a week or two for the students. I mean, people will come and interact with them and actually thoroughly explain. These things are there on the website, but I don't know if students are aware of it. So we want to arrange actually an interactive session in the department. Thank you.
Yeah, that would be great. And for students and scholars, go talk to these people. You never know what comes out of the idea, right? So yeah, and మాట్లాడడంలో తప్పు లేదు. ప్రతి మాట్లాడిన మనది ప్రతి ఒక్కటి ఐడియా కూడా ఫ్లరిష్ కావాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. But when you start talking, that itself create idea, and you never know. So ఇప్పుడు భాస్కర్ సార్ చెప్పినట్టు ఇప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ చేసిన వాళ్ళ కంపెనీలంతా it could be very small idea and unmet need and a problem statement. That's what it takes. So do it.
Madhuri, may I?
Oh, sure. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I like today. I feel like I'm honored because my name is coming out from a successful entrepreneur like Dr. Bhaskar Venepalli sir. I don't have words to express my happiness. Thank you so much, sir. So actually, what I would like to say is, you are the inspiration. You walked in the sand, you walked in the mud, and you created the footprints, and we are following that. That's what I would like to say, because you people like successful entrepreneurs, you came to Usmania when there was nothing, like you mentioned in your talk. But now I have so many unknown friends on Google. But my question to you is, in early 90s, and I divide the journey, like coming to US before 2010, coming to US after 2010. It's quite two different worlds, you know. How were you doing this in 90s? When there was no internet. How were you reaching the customers? How were you reaching the clients? I mean, today, if I want to reach to, like, let's say Pfizer, I can communicate to Pfizer CEO straight through Google. I can communicate to Novartis CEO straight, and they respond to me. Like there is like you said, you know, there's this kind of a friendly environment is there now, but back in the days, and there was no cell phone either, right? There was, like, you know, those, even not I don't know whether you had the pressing phone or like the ringing phone back in the days when you started, right? They used to dial the dialing phone, right? So how did you manage that? Can you answer that? I mean, if you can shed some light on that, that would be nice.
So, Mahendra, it's interesting. Obviously, for many young people, it's very difficult to comprehend. And I mean, what those happens, and unless you experience those through, and some of my friends of my age, and many of us come from the same background, we always kid, you know, what we are seeing is the best of both worlds. I mean, in my village of agriculture, we were doing same agriculture like 400 years ago. Then we have seen that transition to tractors today, electricity. There was no electricity when we were growing up. Similarly, man, there are two things I'll tell you. One is, and Sudhakar mentioned Farming Alumni Association in 1993. Those days we didn't have internet. We used to do a conference call. I had an Eastman Chemical. I had a conference call capability. Call friends, write out and mail out mailers, okay, to people, about 200, 300 people. We used to have a newsletter. Okay, what do we learn from each other? How can idea is those days phones were available. You mentioned before 1986, United States, the only AT&T was the only phone company in America. You lease a dial phone, the black phone you see in the movies from them, then you pay some money. That's all it is. But innovations change all that, right? Today, where we are today. So going back to your question about how do we run business, we adapt, right? We adapt to what we have, make the best of what we have. Then that's one greatness about human mind is, or humanity or human beings is that we quickly adapt. So business was going on. It was slow, obviously. A revolutionary thing happened when I joined business job in 91. Fax machines came that time, guys. Just many of you don't know fax machine. Before that, there was no fax machine, no FedEx, right? So you send regularly by mail. It takes a lot of time. Now, when fax machine came, it was a game changer throughout the world. Okay, when FedEx came, there was another game changer because you can deliver a package next day. It was like before, like 7 days. So things were slower. That's why all the growth you see, all the $1 trillion companies you see today is because of that growth. Yes, things were happening there, but it's slow. That's what technology has done to all of us is innovation, technology. Life is becoming very fast. I call it before 2000 and after 2000, because before 2000, when this internet things were not there, that's a game changer in what we do. Okay, and Mahendra, I'll tell you one more thing. Yes, you were successful in that time also. Ravi knows, Sudhakar knows. You were able to help people finding jobs here and there in that time, but mostly we used to make phone calls. There's not much to do, right? Today we spend 5 hours on this phone. Those days we used to spend on the regular phone. We call friends on the weekends, talk to them 30 minutes, 40 minutes, just to see how they are doing, that type of thing. Because that was a luxury in America. In India, we could not, but in America, we could do. So things were slower. Obviously, that's why you don't see billions of dollars of companies those days, Mahendra, other than like petrochemical companies. But today, because of so much can be done so quickly, and who knows, 10 years from now, I may not be around to see, but we'll be able to see another dramatic shift of a higher magnitude. Okay. So, but it's interesting to think about it, but that's how humanity is evolving. Okay. And I'll tell you one more thing. All of us do what we think is best at the time with the best information we have. And I don't consider myself as one of the greatest entrepreneur, Mahendra, but I did what I wanted to do because, I learned from my mother, I'm a curious guy. My mother is very curious. She always, curiosity is one thing I did not say in my presentation. Curiosity leads to innovation. You ask questions, why is this? Why is that? And some of your young children, they do that, okay? So I feel truly blessed where I come from, what we are doing. And in our own in my own small way, we were able to hire some chemists. On the other hand, look at Anjali Reddy, what he has done. Partha Reddy, what he's doing, and MSN. These guys create hundreds of thousands of employees, give opportunity for families. So there is no measure like that. Everybody has to measure their own way of doing things in their own heart and then be comfortable with what we have done. But biggest thing I am happy is to do what we see all this group of network. This is my vision. How can we make Department of Chemistry successful, put them on the map, modernize? And those things were slowly happening after 2017, Mahendra, more than, I was trying for 20 years, Mahendra, and I gave up. 2017, when we had this honoring teacher thing, and Ravi knows this, we bumped into Bhaskar Reddy, and then we are trying to do foundation, generate the money outside the department, manage from outside the department. And that's what makes me more happy actually than CiVenti Chem, I'm telling you. So my vision is to make Department of Chemistry an example so other departments can learn from it. And we want to modernize the department. We want to fix the whole thing, roof, labs are fixed, but roof, whole thing, infrastructure, PhD labs. So these are all the things that come because of your inherent interest Mahinder? Money is a secondary thing. Money, there are a lot more wealthy people, with money than what you and I are. But that's okay, right? So anyway, sorry, I digressed.
No, thank you. Thank you very much. I mean, I myself, I feel like I'm blessed to be connected to the community back. I feel like I went back home, when I connected to Ravi Prakash Meredi, because that's how I came to this community, right? He's the one who initiated, who encouraged me to join here. I'm feeling very, very happy that I'm here. And one more thing, like I already offered last week as well. Now also, like you, Dr. Padmashri ma'am, talking about incubator. See, I mean, you can verify your idea with me as well, with us, all the mentors. We are here to give you, we are giving you time. Let's say you feel like sometimes what happens is, maybe my idea is not that great. So, okay, so I'll give up. Some people, like sometimes you feel shy or so you feel discouraged yourself, right? But speak up to someone. You will know the value of your own idea. I mean, your first idea may not be the best idea, but your 50th idea may be the best idea. So keep thinking, keep doing. This is the message to the students and scholars. And we are here to help you. I mean, we're taking time. This is giving back, I mean, I would love to do more and more and more as well. But follow Dr. Venepalli Bhaskar's path he created. But this is the initiation for me. This is the beginning, I feel. So I'm happy to help anybody there.
So Madhavi, there is one question posted by Sridhar. I'll be happy to answer that. It looks like you only posted to me, it looks like.
Please
so
go
want
ahead,
to read
sir.
the question?
Yes.
Dear sir, how could we come out with the idea of computational chemistry could be a platform to mix with biotech? I request, please suggest in this field, which is the initial platform to be focused. So good question, Sridhar. So basically what you're saying is, can we combine or marry computational chemistry platform with a biotech? And how can you opportunity? So, and Mahinder can comment on this, others can comment, but there's a thing called bioinformatics, Sridhar. You need to look into, go to Google and type bioinformatics.
Yes.
That's where they do computational chemistry with what I call information technology and also biotechnology. After the advent of Human Genome Project, and lately the CRISPR technology, all those are a combination of what you're talking about. All this could be possible because of combining computational power with biotechnology knowledge. So please look into that. Read about CRISPR. There are a lot of activity in the bioinformatics area, and talk to people or talk to me or talk to other people in this group. But it's a good idea, go for it.
Thank you for your giving valuable reply. But I was completely more focused about this computational chemistries and bioinformatics are major interest. So what we are feeling in our in regular Usmania University right now, we are making different kinds of chemical moieties and new drug products. But what is happening, we are lagging behind of these biological sciences activities and all. We are depending on other departments and other companies and all. But however, we are not able to get a complete data structural information and just simply the publishing that. But when we are not able to coming into the market sector, so it is one lagging behind. So I was more interested to be a platform that more helpful in regarding this kind of bioinformatics. That would be an opportunistic way. And I had multiple options in my mind, but the solution is not coming forward. So that's what I'm been intending to, if any suitable person that who more focus about this kind of information should be provided so that I could come with a good solutions.
So can you ask the question again, Sridhar? So what you're telling me is different than what you were asking before. Hello, Bhaskar Reddy.
Yeah.
Good evening, Bhaskar garu. Sorry for joining late. I was
I know you're playing golf, man. That's okay.
No, in some not normal, not regular. It's a match play and a doubles championship, and I won. Me and my partner won against rivals.
Congratulations. Hold on for 1 second. We are talking about a question this young man asked.
Yeah, please
so
go
Sridhar,
ahead. I'm joining. Yeah.
No, Sridhar. So basically, the way you said originally was a computational, marrying computational biotechnology. Now you are saying about the way I understand your molecules, your problem to solve the structures.
No.
And also do biological testing. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, we have completely the isolation because I was working in the natural products chemistry laboratory around 5 years back. And now I've been a student of the Rajana sir as a PhD scholar. What I'm feeling that I can make the chemical moiety molecule. And now I would like to cross-check how and what kind of the impact would be in the biological sciences in terms of cancer, in terms of all kinds of diseases. And that instead of going directly into the biology and any specimen, how could I go with this bioinformatics and all to get this data and to my product can be marketized or something like that fashion. So I need in such the good platform that who could really help out, that give us some input idea so that I could come out with some little bit input regarding this kind of studies and bioinformatics applicabilities and all.
Mahendra, you want to comment on this question?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, certainly. Sridhar, very nice question. From past 2 years,
yes,
these computational chemistry ideas are blooming. To be honest with you, there are like 10-15 companies around me in the Boston area. Yes. And that I know. So I would recommend you, like, it's a nice idea. I mean, which needs to be discussed more in depth. Yes. So please connect to me offline, but I would recommend you to, before you connect to me, I would recommend you to look at some companies that are on there. I'll give you an example, something called Atomwise, ATOMWISE, Atomwise. This is a company completely based on the computational chemistry. Just go through their website, read through what they're doing, what is like. It's a very simple concept that they tried, and then I do see some of the that type of essence in your idea, but which needs to be discussed much more in depth rather than just like a question and answer. But I'm happy to help you. Connect with me offline.
Definitely. What is happening?
If I can add one comment, I can see that this might be a basic research thought, where you would like to do a computational chemistry on a biological target, and you want to synthesize some molecule, but you don't know whether those molecules are going to be active or not.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
That is what the question would be. So in that case, there are a couple of things you could do. One thing is, let's say if you're working with a target that is very well established by a laboratory who will routinely test that activity against that target, you establish a collaboration with him first. Whether it could be in the Osmania University, that's great. It's next door to you, you go there. Let's say if you're thinking that you're making an antibacterial compound or something, you find a laboratory that will test antibacterial activity. In fact, when I was in Osmania University, next door to me, biochemistry lab, there used to be a Munna Swami, a lab assistant. He used to test this, and I used to go there and see him and test myself like that. Let's say if you want to test your compound anti-cancer activity, and you translate that idea to see whether your computational chemistry modification helped or not, you collaborate with a lab that tests anti-cancer activity. So that way, there was one famous person, his name is Jorgensen, who actually materialized this computer modeling. Now he's a father of computer chemistry, molecular modeling, we can call. He said that in current world, there is no drug made without computers.
Yes, absolutely.
He also said that there is no drug made with only computers. So you need both of them. Yes. You need both of them to make it. So you probably could search what are the exact target you are working. Let's say you are working on a COX-2, cyclooxygen.
Yes.
Or let's say you're working on a kinase, let's say a protein kinase. And look at those labs who will test that and then maybe enter into a collaboration or agreement. That way, you could inform on your computer modeling, how it is going, your designing, etc. going. So that is a way to go forward. That's what I think.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to add some little bit more here. There are so many websites have been discussed with this NCBI and all the databases is available already. But what is happening to get from the data to a solution form? It means what we required. So that format, I needed little bit input so that it would be more helpful for me. So anyhow, I will keep on looking into that kind of information.
Yeah, I can add one more point here, Sridhar.
Yeah.
So yes, getting data from, there are so many databases, crystal structure databases, all those are there, right?
Yes.
But nowadays, the world is moving towards how fast you can process the data, which is called artificial intelligence. That's what is really needed, because, I mean, there has been a lot of research going on the computational screening of molecules, which is called in silico screening, right? So right now, how fast you can do it, that's what is the question to answer. There are like, millions and millions of compounds are there, millions and millions of structures are there.
Yes.
They need to be really combined together to come up with a strong compound much more faster and quicker. So the artificial intelligence is the way to go to extract the data that you're asking for.
Yeah, definitely. I'll keep on concentrate these multiple tasks.
And connect with us offline also. It's a process. It's not today, right?
Connect with Ganesh and Mahendra, and also a lot of other people. Collaboration is another thing I forgot to mention, is very critical in any success, anything you do. Okay, so, and your idea is good idea. It's interesting you mentioned this issue. 1976, when I did PhD in Usmaniyah Chemistry Department, things were not any better either. We made some compounds. Somebody wanted to test them. We published a paper, and then somebody wanted to test them. They requested it can be shipped 100 milligrams of each compound to them. They'll pay $100 each compound. But then in the department those days, there was no mechanism to receive money from outside agencies. I don't think that's there today either. No. So basically we send the compounds freely. Then they sent us all the spectral data, biological data to us. So what I'm saying is issues come, what can you do? But one thing I'll remember during this honoring teacher session, IICT director at the time, Chandrasekhar made a promise. I don't know there is a meeting that or not. Umesh, you need to check that. I think Umesh, you were there in that. He said all the doors are open for Usmaniyah chemist people to IICT for all the things they have, including spectral, biological, other things. So collaborate with them or maybe help, see whether they can help you. But I hope you get to do what you need to do. But talk to people, connect with people in this group later, okay?
Definitely. I'll accept your words and definitely put into a practical so that we'll get a fruitful opportunities. Thank you.
Sridhar sir, you got so many resources right here. So
yes,
opportunity for networking. Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. But just one point, one comment I would like to, I like to echo on Dr. Mahendra's words that Dr. Bhaskar Rao and Sudhakar Reddy Garu and Ravi Meher Reddy Garu, you really established a way for many people like us to follow. You've seen as Dr. Mahendra was saying, that you've seen the mud, you have seen the now the light, and you are able to share it in various ways. So just to extract the idea pool from current generation, I was just thinking, if we have like in US, in many schools, we have moving away from didactic lectures to interactive lectures. When we go to classroom, we don't go to the board and start with, hey, this is what I'm going to do, asymmetric synthesis, like that. We start with a lecture called, guys, what are you thinking? What are we going to learn today? What are we missing? Like that, if you have an interaction section with students, guys, what do you think? What are you thinking that we are lacking in current day in chemistry? What is a new idea? What were you reading? Is your idea needs some sharpness or ripening or some polish? That kind of sessions would enlighten or at least encourage students to come forward and express their ideas and show some interest. Really, that's one way to see what others think that current world needs in chemistry, particularly. What is needed? Do we really need to go back to the lab and synthesize in the next 5 years, or what you want to do? Do you have any idea? If you have an idea, do you have resources? Do you want anybody's help to hook up or to sharpen your eyes? That kind of interactive session might help. Not sure whether that is feasible or not, but I just thought I will share with you.
One more thing, Dr. Ganesh, you pointed out very well, interesting point here. The interactive sessions that are missing from years back. I mean, it's not about the Usmania campus. Many schools back in India, right? That's what is the difference when we came here, the interactive sessions. But a couple of more points I heard from some of the students. Like, let's say, for example, Usmania campus, chemistry department, there are 75 students in there, right? 50 probably thinks like, I came to campus, I look for some competitive exam, I'll write it, and then I'll go on, find my job, something. But at least there are 25 students out there who wants to move on with chemistry and do something in the chemistry, but they are kind of having lack of resources. For example, I heard that there is no interaction between master students and the research scholars. Back in the days, I mean, whoever is there, like I was interested, I used to go and speak to one of the research scholar. I create my own communication. But what if the department does this? I mean, like, assign one master student to like 5 master students to one research scholar, teach them some quick skills, like, give them the environment, the research environment, expose them to the research environment. If that can be created, I think, their interest, their enthusiasm will be boosted up to move forward into the science, research, and other stuff, right? The second thing is, and like your own experience, Munuswamy used to test your compounds and then you go and visit him. That's your own interest. Why can't we initiate from the department side? Let's take 5 students, out of those 25. No, we don't want to enforce. I don't like enforcing will never give you fruits. That's what I believe in, right? So whoever is interested, students, take 5 students, let them visit the other departments on campus, like microbiology department, see what kind of, how the microbes are being grown. Let them exposed to that, let them gain some knowledge, and biochemistry department, and let them visit the IICT research labs, national research labs. I mean, if you can initiate this kind of initiative, I think, it boosts morals, enthusiasm, all these things for our own students, I guess, right? Interactive. Nowadays, like the world is moving towards, everything is interactive. Like, even back in the days, we used to write the benzene structure with a pen on a paper, but now we're creating it on a computer, not only just in a 2-dimensional, but now we're looking at the 3-dimensional, right? Which is much more interactive for the student to understand better way, right? Like you said, yeah, the interactive teaching and this kind of exposure certainly helps our student, master student. It should start from the master level itself, I believe. So my apology if I speak too much. I think,
Yeah. Mahendra, you
Madhvi,
covered.
can I intervene at this point?
Sure.
Dr. Mahendra and Dr. Ganesh, thank you very much for your valuable suggestions. But I think the core or the fundamental point is that you already mentioned. It is the personal interest of the student. It is not that, leave the corona period, but they are always, every year they have been, we've been taking them for a visit to either IICT. 1 year we have taken them to ARCI. 1 year we have taken them to CMET, and we had plenty of the lectures, interactions with scientists, where even the research scholars are involved in various presentations and all sort of things. But as you already mentioned, that only very few. I'm very sorry. I shouldn't make after listening to all the positive things from Bhaskar, I shouldn't mention these negative things. But I think this is the reality that out of all the 75 students, as you mentioned, only the few are actually really interested in chemistry.
Yes, exactly, Padmashri ma'am.
Yes,
that's true. It's
and,
not like 75.
And today
75 out of
we
75
encourage, whether it is in the department or the university, both the faculty and students are encouraged to take up interdisciplinary problems, and the university emphasizes on that actually, that you work interdisciplinary research, is very much encouraged, and also students are encouraged to take up internships, summer training programs offered by the CSR labs, University of Hyderabad, or even they can work in the university campus with the department professors also. So they are welcome to work with us if they have any. And in fact, some of the students did that. Some of the students have worked with Professor Vijulata ma'am. I would like to mention to Mr. Sridhar. I don't know if he's aware. She's got a big group. She's doing actually the molecular modeling, drug designing work, and she has done a tremendous work in that area. Probably he can take her help and advising in this area. Okay. And also one more thing, what Bhaskar Rao sir mentioned, we have a research development and consultancy center where today the people can, give consultancy service to the companies. They can sell their products. So this center is there in the Central Facilities Building, and Professor Leelavati Madam is the director for that. You do have today that facility that you can give your consultants, and in fact, Usmania University is asking, all the faculty and others that you please do some consultancy. That will be very useful to the university and for the teachers and the students also. So I think somewhere that, that personal, that I think that first thing what you said, that personal interest, that dedication, I think these lectures, these talks by eminent people like Bhaskar Rao Garu will show them that is the foremost thing what you need to put is yourself, dedication and interest. That is the main thing. There are several avenues, several people coming forward to help you. Unless you don't put your own effort, I think these things cannot be done. That is the foremost thing. But yes, at our level as faculty, we are striving hard to motivate them to the extent possible. That one thing I just want. But yes, as Dr. Mahinder said, that will be very useful if they can have a tour within the university departments, and this kind of interdisciplinary can be encouraged. Thank you for your valuable suggestion, Dr. Mahinder.
Oh, my pleasure. All I'm trying to say here is we don't need all 75 to do this. Just 5 out of 75 is more than enough to create many people like, who is interested in the chemistry. And they are there. And then sometimes, students are shy. The masters first, probably, the interaction between research scholars and master students is the way to start, probably, to, encourage them, expose them to the research environment. Let them run a TLC, let them run a column in the lab, let them, here in the US, high school students start at the intermediate stage, right? I worked with them. When I was a PhD student, high school students worked with me. Undergrad students worked with me. They come and join the lab for 6 months. While they're doing their degree, they continue to work in the lab in the evenings, extra time. They volunteer to get some credit hours from their semesters, right? So that's what I'm recommending to encourage, the master level in the university, because we don't even have to go out of the department either.
Yes, that's what, we encourage them. They can work with their own professors. Labs are there, so many labs. They can come forward to work anytime.
Excellent. That's great. That's awesome. Wonderful.
So can I say something here? Anybody else? Sorry to interrupt, Mahinder, Hari-Padma-Shri garu.
Sir, please
Any
go.
other questions, comments from other students, scholars in the meeting? The key, I think, is, as you all said, passion leads to exploratory nature. We are all explorers. So Sridhar, push your passion, man, explore. People are there to help you. I want others to ask questions. Anybody else has any other questions? Because this is all for you. If not today, send a question later too, but I wanted to open that floor. And at the end, I want Bhaskar to make a comment also. He's driving, it looks like, but any other questions?
Yeah, Sridhar, just to extend your interest, right? We have Dr. Ramu from Geetham University. He has done a lot of work on molecular modeling. So if you can touch base with him internally, within Hyderabad, he can provide a good insight on how to proceed and some of the questions that you have answers for. Just wanted to provide that context to add to your interest. So yeah, please, students, again, this is for you. If you have any questions, please open up and you can speak now, or send a chat message, or please connect with one of us so that we can connect with you, either Mahinder and Bhaskar, or you can reach out to them directly as well. So Bhaskar,
I'll tell you one thing, Madhavi, it's amazing today. We are all blessed with information available. You don't have to ask anybody. Go to Google and type. Okay.
Absolutely. But talking to people also gives like a.
But only difference is Google doesn't have your vision, your experience, your thoughts.
What I'm saying is start there, and then others can follow. Is my point. That's all I was saying.
Absolutely.
At all your fingertips. That's why we are blessed with the technology development, with our innovations happening for many years. Okay.
And that's true, right? Like when you have an idea, before you go talk to somebody, right? At least put a small effort to look whatever out is there. So that's what Bhaskar was like saying, like you have to have your interest, and same to you, Padma Shri, right? There is so plenty out there. But what are you and how you want to be a driver, right? That comes within you. So absolutely all valid points, good points, and there are plenty of resources. Students,
one more
scholars,
point, Madhavi, we have to learn from Bhaskar also. Today he established the company or the industry. He didn't, look forward, in 1 year, I want all the returns, or even, people want to go for shortcuts, want, immediate returns. That perseverance, what we have to learn from Sir, or Dr. Mahinder, after so much of experience, that perseverance is the most important. People are looking for fast returns, shortcuts. That thing, I think.
No, one last comment, Madhavi. One last comment I would like to make is, the chemistry department, OU campus is the best. See the motivation from our professors, Hari Padmashri, Leelavati ma'am, Umesh sir. They're taking their own time out, and then even doing these sessions, they're spending a lot of their efforts. I really appreciate your efforts, madam, sirs, and please keep doing this. And your service will be recognized later on the day, like the way Dr. Venepalli sir, Bhaskar sir recognized his gurus. Their names came out of his mouth, right? The way your names are going to come out of some next generation students. What you're doing is amazing. Please continue doing it. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
I agree
going back to Padma Shri, is there is no shortcut for success. We have seen that you have
that
to
is
put your
always,
effort.
I tell my students, my professor, my teacher, my most beloved professor, Professor Jay Prakash Rao Garu, he told me, that is the first one when I went to take his blessings. When I joined here as the teacher in 2007, I went to take his blessings. He said, there's no shortcut for the success. You have to keep working. So I always, every time I tell that one sentence, it carries a lot of meaning, and that's true, Madhavi. Yes.
Absolutely. So before we go to vote of thanks, I wanted to give a couple of minutes to Bhaskar Reddy sir, who joined. So please go ahead.
Also, if Ravi Merit is still around too, if Ravi is still around, if not, that's a go ahead, Bhaskar Reddy.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Madhavi Garu, and giving me an opportunity to talk, and Dr. Bhaskar and all other friends. I've been following these discussions for quite some time, not from the beginning. Sorry for joining late. 2 points I want to make as an observer is that the suggestion that the MSc students, not all, I accept Hari Padmasri's observation that not all are interested, but if you identify even 5 to 10 of those 75 interested and attach them to research scholars or to particular faculty members to take their interest forward and develop even 10% of 75 is a good number to develop. If every year we add the 10%, it will be a big pool. And we can take this talent of 10% to much heights. So in our program, we must focus on that aspect to build those people into a future potential entrepreneurs or academic talent, research scholars, whatever. So this program, in this program, that should be one goal I want to suggest that we should take it.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the whole part of encouraging, empowering students just to open up and share their ideas and listen. So they are listening, and hopefully, even if it is a handful that wants to do something different with their knowledge, that's all we are looking for. So students, this message is for you. As Padmasri said, no shortcut for success. This platform is for your growth, and you're providing resources for your aspirations. Please take this opportunity, and you know who you are and how you want to work, and you want to be a driver. This is an opportunity. Please make use of it, and we are all here to support you guys and provide help as much as we can. So
Madam, your suggestions are well taken, madam. Already noted.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Madhavi, I want 1 minute before you conclude the program. Whenever you're ready, tell me this.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. So due to the time, we probably.
So I just wanted to, this is unrelated to my talk today, but I wanted many of you to know Bhaskar Reddy joined. I'm happy. Bhaskar Reddy, I've known he's 1 year junior to me, but he went in a different route. We sort of reintroduced in 2017 program, Honoring Teachers program. I always was trying to do something for the department with a lot of friends' help. I gave up that idea in 2014. I put a gold medal on my name. I said, that's it. I'm not, because all my friends retired. Nobody knows me in the department. Thank God, Bhaskar Reddy came on board. We interacted, and then my vision of helping department restarted again after his introduction, and then Ravi married his help. So our vision, Bhaskar Reddy is a partner in this modernizing the department. I like to see that happen in the next few years. And Bhaskar Reddy is playing a major role in that with his experience, with his skill. So basically we formed this OUCF outside the department where we can channel the funds from there to modernize department. I'm sure you all know Partha Reddy, MSN, they have helped that fix MSc labs. Bhaskar Reddy's vision is fix the whole department, and I support that completely. So we are working towards that goal. So I just wanted to mention that to you all. If you have any ideas, please share with us. But ultimately, this is my personal objective, and I'm happy that's coming to hopefully fruition soon, to see Department of Chemistry as a model in the university campus. So other departments can learn from it, other alumni can help other departments also. That's our vision. So I just wanted to make that comment because Bhaskar joined, and Ravi, of course, looks like he's not here. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, Bhaskar. Thank you, Bhaskar, sir. So before I hand over to Raghavendra Prasad for vote of thanks, I wanted to make one conclusion, summary statement today. There are professors who are working hard to provide you all the resources. There are resources available, and how much ever we emphasize in this platform, and how much ever the professors are doing, it's the students' enthusiasm and self-drive which will lead to these kind of successes. So if you feel that something that you want more from the university, please speak with professors and ask them questions and ask the resources, because if something, any university cannot provide everything that is on the earth, but they can provide the collaboration where you can get these resources. So don't, I would say, like, more in a positive note, see what you want and reach out to them and ask them, this is what I want. Provide me a connectivity or provide me connection where I can go get them. So show that enthusiasm so that people will understand what you want, and they will be there to facilitate. Even one person, the department, and we are here from here, we are your resources. So just go ask questions and take advantage, pose questions. You want to challenge somebody, challenge them, get what the information that you want. So it's all, you are the drivers of your own careers. Just do it and make use of the resources around you. And with that, thank you, Bhaskar sir, great presentation, and Mahinder, constantly good support. And I really want to appreciate head of the department, Umesh sir, for your continuous support, and the faculty and the professors. You guys are doing a great job. Please continue to do that, because everybody needs you and your support. Even for alumni, for us to do something, we need you in our support system. So please, you have been providing complete support, and I'm extremely thankful for all the services, that support that you are giving. With that, I wanted to request Ravindra Prasad to provide vote of thanks. Ravindra, are you there, right? I can see.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Thank you, Madhavi Madam Garu. So, hi, good evening, everyone. It is such an honor for me to get the opportunity to thank all the dignitaries of today's program. And my name is USH Raghavendra Prasad. I'm working as an assistant professor in Department of Chemistry, University College for Women. And also I'm pursuing my PhD under the guidance of Kavita. She's a Vice Principal of University College for Women, Koti, Hyderabad. And firstly, I want to thank Professor Umesh Kumar Garu, Head of the Department, Chemistry Department, University College for Science, Usmania University for his immense support to conducting step-up monitoring programs, and as well as CE encouraging the students and scholars to participate in the program. And also I thank the Professor P. Lilavati Madam, BOS, Department of Chemistry, and I especially thank to the alumni members, Dr. Madhavi Garu, Sri Madhavi Sri Koti Garu, mentor and alumnus of chemistry, and also Dr. Haripadma Sri Madam, Associate Professor of Usmania University, Chemistry Department. On the behalf of Department of Chemistry, Usmania University, I especially thank to the today's mentor, Dr. Bhaskar Rao Garu, President and CEO of CiVenti Chem USA. And thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your life experiences and challenges you are experienced, and what are the your given examples which are very inspired and a lot and encouraged to the students, and what are the participants who are there, they are encouraged very much. And thank you very much, sir. If and also we request, sir, some important things, sir. That means we require some helps and suggestions further and in future. So I think your goal is reached, sir. We are encouraged and inspired more. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Back to Madhav, madam.
Yeah, thank you, Raghavendra. Thanks for the vote of thanks. Padmashri, I think we can close out the session.
Yes. So special thanks to Bhaskar Reddy sir for joining. I think he's the one who always we pour upon our grievances, connecting us to the alumni and the OUCF. So for every funding, we always, pour upon our grievances. Very patiently listen to all our things. So thank you very much for joining, sir. And this was such a wonderful session. Sir, please, sir.
Madam, my special thanks to Bhaskar Reddy Garu for joining with us. And recently, he's taking a lot of pains for the development of Department of Chemistry. And thank you very much, sir, Bhaskar sir, for joining with us. So really, he's taking a lot of interest recently. And today also, some work is going on the Department of Chemistry. So on behalf of the Department of Chemistry, head of the department, and on behalf of joining with us today, and we expect you every time to join with us in this Zoom meeting.
Thank you, Professor Umesh and Dr. Hari Padmasri. We will work together, and we are our interest is common and together. We will work together, and we are always with you. Our interest is common, that we want to see the youngsters, chemists to come up in life and do their bit for the nation as well as for themselves. We'll work together. We will see that things get better going forward. Thank you very much.
With final thanks to Bhaskar Agar once again. I think you filled us all with such great positivity, sir. It's even more inspiring to do something for the department, whatever little we can. Really, we are very much thankful to you for spending such a valuable time with all of us. With this note, I think, Madhvi, I want to end the session. Thank you, sir.
Madam.
Thank you, sir.
I request Bhaskar Rao Garu to join once again, sir, because lot of students, they are getting inspiration from you. So we need one more talk from you in future, sir. Madhav,
sir, I think we can have a personal interaction. Sir is going to visit soon India, he said. So maybe personal interaction with sir and Sudhakar Reddy sir also.
After 3 or 4 sessions, we would like to have once again Bhaskar Rao sir session.
Sure.
Now that Bhaskar Reddy are here, I want to add a few seconds. Bhaskar Reddy garu, thank you very much for meeting me in Golf Club 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And at that time, I know I mentioned that what I wanted to do to the chemistry department, and I think you have initiated that. And as a springboard initiative, Hari Padmasri took over that. And it's my promise. I'm going to meet everybody there informally, formally, and I'm going to contribute, really this time, because I've been trying to do something what Bhaskar has been trying to do for the last 25 years. I did the same thing. every time I failed because of the bureaucratic, situation. Because I wrote a check for Usmania University and gave it to Ananthaswamy when he was a VC, but there was no mechanism to cash that. Do you know that? So no, it is very unfortunate thing. Yeah. Anyway, so I pleaded him that there should be every university in the United States has an alumni group very strong, and you try to initiate something. And he didn't know what to do, and he didn't have a direction, and he died in the office, and anyway. So I tried another couple other initiatives, but never worked. But you know what? Right now the time is right, platform is there, people are there. So I would like to jump in and do something to the department. Okay, thank you so much.
I think Sudhakar sir, everybody would be thrilled to hear that. Yes. So they are definitely looking forward to that. Yeah.
And I assure you, this time your check will not get unencashed. I will take care of that if you can contact me.
Yeah, this time we have Bhaskar Reddy sir to take care of these things. So,
Bhaskar Reddy garu, nenu check book ichestanu meeku.
Okay, thank you. That will be more welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I end the session, Madhvi, now?
Yes, yeah.
So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.